The public health policy I'm addressing today concerns the spread of infectious disease, VI, the mosquito. The mosquito is not only a nuisance to humans and animals during outdoor activities, the mosquito is a carrier or transmitter of infectious disease. Disease organisms transmitted by mosquitoes include the West Nile virus, the Highland J virus, the lacrosse encephalitis virus in the United States. The presence of the West Nile virus and the Zika virus has increased considerably in the United States. This presents an increasing concern within the community on how we address the spread of these viruses before they can severely impact the health of communities throughout the state. A mosquito population capable of carrying Zika has been found in the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Washington, D.C., and generic evidence suggests they survived at least four consecutive winters in the region. The study's authors conclude the mosquitoes are adapting for persistence in northern climates. The 25th of January 2016, Jump Up by Craig Sarah. The policy I am presenting today is focusing on mosquitoes being a public health problem that must be controlled by a uniform method throughout the state. At this present time, control is primarily a local government concern. This leads to no uniform method of eradicating the mosquitoes that primary carriers of the West Nile or Zika virus, which are two of the more dangerous diseases transmitted by mosquitoes. The policy is designed in two parts. One, public awareness. A media campaign designed to inform of the public on how to prevent mosquito infestation, such as the removal and disposal of old trees, eliminating holes on properties that retain water, changing the water in bird baths every 3 to 4 days, and of course, removing cans and debris that retain water from all properties within the community. The media campaign will also focus on applying the correct type of insect repellent to prevent mosquito bites and additionally remedies that the average citizen can perform to prevent or lessen their exposure to mosquitoes in their everyday surroundings. Part two, eradicating the mosquitoes and its larvae. Develop and initiate a statewide program that will target the destruction of the mosquitoes as well as reducing future mosquito infestation. This part of my proposal policy is the most cost consuming and will require the involvement of environmental specialists as well as doctors and scientists to ensure any program implicating does not adversely affect human and animal populations within the community. Examples of this type of work include biological control or biocontrol is the use of nature enemies to manage mosquito populations. There are several types of biological control, including the direct introduction of parasites, parasites, and predators to target mosquitoes. Effective biocontrol agents include predatory fish that feeds on mosquitoes, larvae such as mosquito fish, and some cyprintis, carps, and manure and killfish, and tilapia also consume mosquito larvae. Direct introductions of tilapia and mosquito fish into the ecosystems around the world have been disastrous consequences. However, utilizing a control system, VI, aquaponics, provides the mosquito control without the adverse effects to the ecosystem. Other predators include dragonfly, Nays, which consume mosquito larvae in the breeding waters, adult dragonflies, which eat adult mosquitoes, and some species of lizard and gecko. Biocontrol agents that have the lesser degrees of success include the predator mosquito, Toxolicus, Toxolicus and predator, Predators such as birds, bats, lizards, and frogs have been used, but their effectiveness is only indicated. Like all animals, mosquitoes are subject to disease. Intervertebrate, Interbrate pathological study these diseases in the hope that some of these can be utilized for mosquito management. Microbiological pathogens of mosquitoes include virus, bacteria, fungi, nemo, and microparata. Some of these words I can't pronounce, I'm sorry. Two species of fungi can kill adult mosquitoes. Integrated mosquito management is the use of most environmental appropriate methods or a combination of methods to control pest population. Typical mosquito control programs using IPM first conduct surveys in order to determine the species composition, relative abundance, and seasonal disposition of adult and larval mosquitoes, and only then is a control strategy defined. Mosquito trap. A light trap that attracts and captures mosquitoes. A traditional approach to controlling mosquito population is the use of lethal overtraps, which provide artificial breathing spots for mosquitoes to lay their eggs. These traps usually contain a chemical inside the trap that is used to kill the adult mosquito and the larva in the trap. Studies have shown that with enough of these traps, mosquito populations can be controlled. A recent approach is the automatic lethal overtrap, which works like a traditional overtrap, but automates all steps needed to provide the breathing spots and to destroy the developing larva. In 2016, researchers from Laurentine University released a design for a low-cost trap called an which contains attracting lace water in a section of disregarded rubber tire. At regular intervals, the water is run through a filter to remove any deposit eggs and larvae. The water, which then contains an oviposition deposit during egg laying, is reused to attract more mosquitoes. Two studies have shown that this type of trap can attract about 7 times many mosquito eggs as a conventional overtrap. A newer approach to killing mosquitoes in a non-toxic way is a way to a device that burns propane, thus generating carbon dioxide, warmth, and water vapor. These three elements, often coupled with a chemical attracted heated in these processes, draws mosquitoes towards the propane flame where they are then sucked into a net or holder where they are collected. Some newer mosquito traps are known mosquito attractants, apply carbon dioxide together with other mosquito attractants such as sugary scent, lactic acid, or ethanol, warmth, water vapor, and sounds. By mimicking a mammal sense and outputs, the trap draws female mosquitoes towards it, where they are typically sucked into a net or holding by an electric fan where they are collected. According to the American Mosquito Control Association, the trap will kill some mosquitoes, but their effectiveness in any particular case will depend on a number of breeding habitats. They are useful in specimen collection studies to determine the type of mosquitoes prevalent in an area, but are typical far too insufficient to be useful in reducing mosquito population. Proposals to interact mosquitoes. Some some biologists have proposed the deliberate extinction of certain mosquito species. Olivia Justin has advocated specifying 30 mosquito species by introducing a genetic element which can insert itself into another crucial gene to create recessive knockout genes. She says that the mosquitoes which spread malaria and Aedes mosquitoes which spread dengue fever, yellow fever, and elephantiasis, I can, these words, I'm sorry, and other diseases represents only 30 out of some 3,500 mosquito species. Interacting these would save at least 1 million human lives per year at a cost of reducing the genetic diversity of the family clucicide by only 1%. She further argues that since species become extinct all the time, the disappearance of a few more will not destroy the ecosystem. We're not left with a wasteland every time a species vanishes. Removing one species sometimes causes shifting the population of other species. The different need not mean worse. In addition, anti-malaria and mosquito control programs offer little realistic hope to 300 million people in developing nations who will be infected with acute illness this year. All trials are ongoing. She writes that if they fail, we should consider the ultimate swatting. Insect ecologist, ecologist Stephen Giuliano had argued that it's difficult to see what the downside would be to remove except the collateral damage. If we if we eradicate it, then tomorrow the ecosystems where they are active will hiccup and then get on with life. Something better or worse will take over. However, David Quayman has pointed out that mosquitoes protect forests from human exploitation and may act as competitors of other insects. In terms of malaria control, if populations of mosquitoes were temporarily reduced to zero in a region, then this would exterminate malaria, and the mosquitoes population could then be allowed to rebound. By implementing this policy, we will ensure the occurrence of virus transmitted via mosquitoes are eliminated or at least significantly reduced. By enacting this policy, we will ensure mosquito control will be the same throughout the state. This will prevent one area of the state being clear and another being infected. This policy, if enacted, would give everyone in the state a chance for a healthier life without the impact of mosquito transmitted diseases.